Hi there, my name's Michelle and I run an educational company called Strive for Success. This new YouTube channel is about helping you to master your GCSE English. That's English language and English lit, and hopefully giving you lots of tips and tricks in order to not only pass the exams but to strive for success in them. So, are you ready to strive for success with Michelle? That's me, and this is the new YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe and send me any feedback, that would be great. So it's natural to be worried about your upcoming GCSEs, especially the English. There's a lot to do, yeah. But if you want to master your reading, your writing, your textual analysis, and hit those high grades, then this channel and me will help you strive for success. And hopefully together we'll build a roadmap for revision. What we're going to be looking at are the set texts. The ones that I'm going to focus on are Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, the power and conflict poetry, the unseen poetry, love and relationships poetry, A Christmas Carol, an Inspector Calls, English language paper 1, English language paper 2. I'm also going to be putting up regular model essays, model descriptions, model stories, and model articles, speeches, letters, etc. So let's start with a top tip. The first and most important tip that I believe which will lead to exam success is to build up your writing stamina. If you want to ace your exams, not all you need to do, but one of the best things that you can do in preparation is to write. Yeah. So just like our muscles need regular workouts, your exam stamina does too. You need to write often. You'll get better at coming up with ideas on the fly. You will be able to practice your handwriting, making sure it's readable when you're racing against the clock. It's also a great chance to polish up your spelling, grammar, and punctuation. You need to make writing a regular habit. Make sure that you can organise your thoughts, but you will also be able to express them much more clearly. So this practice can really boost your confidence, and also you will have much better performance when it's time to tackle those essays or the written answers in exams. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is chunk it down. Yeah, write, but begin with manageable steps. Consider crafting a 15-sentence story, a 300-word piece of flash fiction. Perhaps you could write a brief description inspired by an image. Or you can jot down everything you know about some of your characters in your set texts. Write down everything you know about Romeo, including some quotations. Bob Cratchit, Sheila Burling. By engaging in regular, short, consistent and focused tasks, you'll gradually strengthen your writing skills over time. If you've been doing some exam prep in school, this will be familiar to you. This is this week's workout. So, what Michelle wants you to do is to write a description as suggested by this picture. Remember to include lots of sensory elements. Think about your similes, your metaphors, perhaps some alliteration. And I'd love to hear how you do. Put your answers in the comments or you can email them to me. So it wouldn't be fair for me to set you a task without giving you a model answer. So this is one that I've written and based on the picture that we just looked at and description that hopefully hits all of those things you need to do for getting 40 out of 40 at level 9. It's only short, but it is quality over quantity. I'm just going to read it through for you. The aquamarine water sparkled in the glittering sunlight, bluer than anything Tom had ever witnessed in his 20 years of life. It looked like something out of those ridiculously expensive travel magazines. Clear, calm, colourfully abundant with exotic, brightly hued fish. A place he'd never imagined he'd see, let alone call home for the next 6 months. Lazily, he dipped his fingers into the sea, breaking the glass-like surface and watching it swirl. Overhead, the majestic sun watched, an ever-present caress of heat and light, softened by the ocean breeze. He was acclimatized now. The first few days had felt like surviving in a furnace. Bobbing with the gentle, buffeting waves, the boat idled near a reef, and Tom watched playful thornback rays dancing in and out the coral. If he had time, he would have anchored and snorkeled. He could almost taste the salt water on his tongue. But he had to head back. He needed to prep for the next charter, check the buoyancy aids, and ensure the small ship was, well, ship-shape. A queue had started to form on the wet wooden jetty. Tom cupped a hand over his eyes, trying to gauge what this group would be like. They looked cheerful enough. Perhaps the big tippers. With a final sigh of contentment and a minor adjustment to the sails, Tom headed back towards the dock. So here's some examiner feedback as why this piece would get full marks, 40 out of 40, and hit the grade 9. I'm going to leave you to read that through so that you can see what has been done to make this a great piece of writing.